Nebraska got back to work here on Tuesday as it's the final day of UNL's fall break. It meant practices were a little bit later than normal. Players got 2 extra hours of sleep as their day started at 8:30 versus 6:30. And, one of the things we talked about is just how this team has mentally come back to work.
Just get away. A lot of guys went back home. A lot of guys went other places just to get away from football for a little bit, just clear their mind. And for me, for speaking for myself, I just know the bye week is really much all I needed. That little weekend off kind of gave me the hunger I needed to finish the season and to come back with the right attitude.
Oh, absolutely. I'm never going to complain when I'm waking up at 8 instead of 6. But, it's definitely been a good opportunity for us to catch up on some sleep, let our bodies recover. And, it's one of those deals, we're going to be well rested. We're giving it our all of these practices. And, as soon as we end up going out there on Saturday, I got all the faith in the world we're going to be ready to play.
Yeah, it's that time of the year where nobody feels great, but I think they've responded pretty well. But hey, we're not excuse makers either. Everybody feels the exact same way right now. It's about coming out and putting in the work on a day-to-day basis.
Got a chance to get the legs back under them a little bit. All right, moving around pretty good. Very fast, actually. Like last couple of days, practice has been very good. Guys seem like they're freshening up a little bit, getting the legs back up under them a little bit.
I'd like to say that's huge, but that's football. We're banged up, so is everybody else. It's nice to get healed up. It's nice to get those guys some rest, but at the end of the day, you got to be able to play when you're hurt a little bit, especially in the Big Ten.
We didn't talk to any offensive coaches here, but we can tell you that Adrian Martinez walked by in full pads, had a knee brace on. We saw Wan'Dale Robinson. He looked like he did not practice, though, here on Wednesday, as we'll hopefully get a better read on that from Scott Frost later here in the week. But one promising note, at kicker, Barrett Pickering could be on his way back. Did Barrett Pickering kick today?
He did.
And how did
he looked good. He looked good. Kind of refreshing.
Did he kick yesterday?
He's been kicking for a little bit now, slowly reintroducing him back. Like I said, what we try to do is keep a kick count on those guys like you do with a pitcher, right? And so you slowly reintegrate him back into how many kicks he can get in the day. And so he had about 20 kicks the other day, which was good. Today will be a little bit more than that, and then we'll progress as we go.
Do you limit his range, though?
Absolutely, yeah. You want to make sure you're not stressing it out and creating all that shear force on his leg before he's ready to do that. So you slowly reintegrate him back into it. Yeah, absolutely you do.
Another personnel note shared by DeWitt involved Garrett Nelson at outside linebacker. Expect to see him more here going forward.
Yeah, I think as you look at throughout the course of the season, he started out, really not playing in the first half and then playing in the second half. And then towards the last couple of games, he's been in the first quarter quite a bit more so we can get him a bigger body of reps. But I think one of the things, as we were alluded to before, was when you have that bye week, you can build his bank of reps. And so he was able to get a lot of reps during the bye week so that we can put him in and more reps throughout the course of the game. So I would definitely look at his rep count, at least doubling probably over for the next game.
Meanwhile, running back, we know Maurice Washington is not a part of the plans going forward. That means a guy like Wyatt Mazur is going to see more action.
If I get my chance, I'm really going to hit it with everything I got. And I think all the running backs, will do that because we know that we have some shoes to fill and we don't expect any loss in production, and we hope to get better as an offense. So, I'm expecting to be playing a lot more, but if it doesn't happen, I'm still going to try to be vocal, and if it does happen, I'm still going to be trying to keep the offense in a good rhythm so then we can, finally get our niche back on offense and get going a little bit more.
And sticking on that subject of Maurice Washington, Jack Stoll wasn't talking specifically about Washington, but he addressed just his thoughts on how players should be handled that don't follow the team rules.
Absolutely. If you're not going to live up to the standard of what we've set for Nebraska, we've said from day one, we're going to either straighten you out or we don't want you here. And, it's one of those deals where, we set a standard. If you're not willing to go out there and, live up to that standard, we got a problem with that. And, I'm not going to be the one sentences anyone, whatever the coaches decide, that's what we'll do. And, whatever Coach Frost ends up deciding, we're going to stand by him and back him up.
And finally, Saturday will be when Nebraska wears their alternate black uniforms here for the first time. It's really not an ideal time, but it's about the only time Nebraska could get them on the schedule, as these jerseys have to be worn here on a home game.
Oh yeah, especially the guys. The whole team's excited for sure. Just something different. Switch it up. Give everybody something to look forward to going into the week and all that good stuff. But of course, on the guys that's actually wearing black shirts every week, that's the ultimate. Game uniform. So I can't wait to really put it on and really be a black shirt.
We haven't talked about it at length yet. Coach Frost just kind of brought it up to him. I can't remember if it was this morning or last night. So we're going to get into that a little bit. But obviously, anytime you put that shirt on, it's better mean a lot. Have we earned the right to wear that? Probably not. But that's what it's scheduled to be worn. So it better mean a lot this week, and you better represent it when you put it on.
The Huskers will be back here on a regular schedule starting on Wednesday. Reporting with the Nebraska football team in Lincoln, I'm Sean Callahan of HuskerOnline.com.